Yeah, man. Talk about, I guess, what you could call the incentive program. I don't know, some of y'all may have worked for like a big corporation or something like that before. Companies that have the resources to do studies or buy data that is like the result of studies, psychological studies. And they come up with things like incentive programs. So you might have a situation where they have like a production, and they want you to hit a certain number. And if you hit a certain number, then you won't get in trouble. If you hit a better number, then you may get rewarded. And it's like the opposite of the government, of the Uncle Sam thing, the taxes. That's why we're like more like socialism in America, because the incentives are taken away. I mean, I understand both sides of the argument. When you make so much money, then it just puts you in a situation to where you're kind of built into the system. Where you got $10 million, and you can make $1 million every year just from having the $10 million. All you got to do is lay around in the bed and make sure your investments don't collapse. So I guess there comes a point where you can't really even buy enough Ferraris to go broke, but companies that put in the funding to do psychological studies, or when they bring in experts that have done that kind of thing, and then they create incentive programs, and it causes people to work harder, and they want to do better. Because if you do better, then you get more. But I mean, the tax system is like you do better and they take more. But I'm not really talking about that. It's not my thing for this video. The thing is mind control, remote neuromonitoring in general, to be able to know what somebody's thinking and the effects that it has. So it validates the incentive program, because the steps that someone that has access to neuromonitoring may take against someone that doesn't. We refer to them as gang stalkers. And just to be clear, there's a lot of people that have access to this technology that are not gang stalkers. And I'm still on the fence about where I stand on that, because I don't really know. I don't really know how I feel about it, because I don't really know the circumstance surrounding it. Like, if somebody has it and they know that some people's lives are being destroyed and some people are being tortured, why haven't they taken some action to try to stop these things? But it's not their responsibility. But myself as a human has an instinct just to look out for people. But at the same time, who's to say they're not, really? Because I don't know. So I don't know. If you don't know, until you know, you don't know. And if you don't know, then it's not really something that you could be too opinionated about. So, to the point though, a gang stalker, they might use the incentive program in kind of a reverse structure. So, it's like a child. If you do good, you can have your cell phone. You make good grades, you can have your cell phone and your TV and your game system or whatever. If you do bad, we're going to take that away. And it creates the incentive to do well. So, and it also creates the desire to do well over the desire to keep the privilege. I won't say the fear of losing it, but definitely the desire of keeping it. Somebody that has access to broadcast capabilities and they can use it in a way to punish you. And that can be used as an incentive. Because say you do something cool. Well, I used to think that that it was purely based on jealousy. I don't like you being so cool. And I can promise you that sometimes it is based on jealousy and insecurity of another person that feels inferior because of something successful or cool that you've done. And so to punish you for their own shortcomings, you might get attacked or tortured. But recently I realized I came to another conclusion. This is not just that. It's not just that. Okay, it can definitely be that, but there's circumstances where it's more like an incentive, okay? You did something cool or successful and you feel good about it. So it causes you to feel good about yourself. And that's a problem. That's a problem because they have an ultimate intention. Because it boils down to the intention of they want to destroy you. And if you're very confident and you have good self-esteem and you believe in yourself and you think that the things you do are cool and it makes you feel good, that makes you a lot more difficult to drag down. They want to bring you down. So, I might do something cool, and in my mind I think, oh, that was cool, or that was productive, or whatever. And then comes the attack. All right, and the attack is don't go thinking that you're cool. Don't be feeling good about yourself, because that's creating the opposite of the mentality that they wish to produce from the tactics they use against you. So it's also that, it's a manipulation. And they want to make you feel like you're worthless and you're not cool, to just build on the isolation and the depression and all of the negative thoughts that push you in the mind state that makes you easy for them. You got to remember, these are the type of people that want to play Monopoly with a 6-year-old. They want to play sorry with a 6-year-old. You know, they want to win the board game against small children. They're looking for a way to feel good about themselves without doing anything to make that worthwhile, to make it validated. So the way that they come up with is to try to make you seem like you're way worse off than them. As long as you're unsuccessful and depressed and worthless, then that makes them feel a little bit better about the pathetic way that they're living. So they have to create a false circumstance just to feel good about themselves. And they believe in it. They can believe in that. They can believe in that. It's like the narcissist can believe their own lies. You know, I know some people. And they lie. And it gets to the point where in their mind, they start to believe and believe in their own lies. Because I don't know why, really. I have to get back to that one. Anyway, just some insight into the mentality of the incentive or the anti-incentive that these people that have access to neural monitoring, that have become gang stalkers, use against other people that they want to target so they can try to feel good about themselves. Appreciate y'all watching.